Let's talk about what do you do when something goes wrong. Either a complaint or just because sod's law something hasn't gone to plan. The best way of illustrating an ideal way to tackle this is, let me tell you a story, a true story that happened to me. I needed a couple of keys cut and I needed it done quite quickly because something had happened and I just needed 2 spare keys for a particular property. So I knew Timpsons were one of the biggest key suppliers in the area. So what I did was Google Timpsons, because I knew roughly where the shop was. I knew the shopping mall it was in, but I couldn't find it. For whatever reason, I couldn't find it on Google. My mistake, because I was probably in a hurry. So what I did was then Google the shopping centre website, which is Chapelfield here in Norwich, one of the big ones. And it said that certainly Timpsons was there, and it gave me the opening hours, which was until 8 o'clock in the evening. And this was probably about 6:30, something of that nature. So perfect. Jump in the car, charge down to Chapelfield, and Bluminader, the Timpsons is shut. So I was really miffed. And there was me saying it's been on their website. How come it's not actually open when it says it is? You know, and I was just desperately annoyed. So I came back home and got on their website, and indeed you can leave them feedback and make a complaint. So I thought, right, you've asked for feedback, I'll give you some. So I gave it to them both barrels, told them how, you know, it put me out of my way and I was really annoyed and, you know, stupid website, etc. So I really went for it, you know, vented my spleen. What happened is, what you get is an immediate feedback from Timpsons, which is impressive, which is an email. Now, it could be a standard email, couldn't it, saying, you know, thanks very much, etc. But theirs was really clever. Theirs said, we're really sorry. We're sorry you've had an automated email response, but it is out of hours. But we promise you that we will circulate your comments at our weekly meeting to all of our branches. I think, okay, well, they've taken that quite seriously. Imagine my amazement, though, when a few minutes later, the regional manager rings me on my mobile, because you leave that if you wanted to on the site, to apologise. So this is in an evening, Thursday evening. He must have, you know, he's been long gone off work. He rings me to apologise. He does the sad, glad statement, which is the great one for complaints. So sad this has happened, but I'm pleased you brought it to my attention. Tell me about it. So I gave him the story. He apologised. He said, tell you what, you go into the branch tomorrow. I'll make sure they're aware you're coming and you'll get a discount so that you can have your keys cut, and it's our way of saying sorry. And in the meantime, I'll look into what's happened on the website. So I've gone from being really annoyed, really miffed, to actually thinking, blimey, this is a company that really cares. And we're talking about 2 keys. We're not talking about me buying, you know, something worth thousands of pounds or even hundreds of pounds or even tens of pounds. So it's for 2 keys. They really went the extra mile. Lo and behold, when I went into the branch the next day to get the keys cut, they knew the story. They even had an answer for me on the website. And the reality is that it was not their fault. The website, the Chapelfield website, they've got no control over. And if I'd had found with a bit more time the proper Timpson website, it would have quite clearly said that they were shut and they don't open in the evenings. And I've used this story a number of times, but it's a great example, isn't it, as how something goes desperately wrong, client gets really miffed, even if they're in the wrong, as I in actual fact was. But look at the steps they did. All they did was simple stuff. A decent email saying, we're really sorry, we will take it seriously. The idea that they circulate complaints around all their branches every week to learn from them is fantastic. Regional manager then takes the time and effort just to have a 5-minute conversation and say sorry. He arranges a discount and the shop know about it, and everything works. So I go from being really miffed to thinking, what a fabulous company. And it makes you think, I wonder if we would all tackle it in quite the same way or would have procedures and systems in place to do so. But there's a real lesson there, and I hope you take it on board. All the best.